Hey, good morning, friends, and welcome to Clouds and Coffee Weather Chat. I'm Rick here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Had a little issue getting live this morning, but every Monday morning we spend, about 15, 20 minutes chatting about the weather, and today is no exception. Kat is here. Good morning, Kat from North Carolina. It's a chilly but beautifully sunny morning here. It's about 29 degrees right now. And as you can tell, we have bright, bright sunshine this morning. Instead of focusing on myself today, I'm focusing on the bird feeder. I just filled it up a little bit ago, hoping we get some action here. A pretty quiet weather week this week here in Indiana. We had rain. Actually, we had snow Monday and Tuesday. We ended up with about 2.5 inches or so of snow. And it's been unseasonably warm. It got up to 72 on Saturday, which is pretty amazing for this time of year. This week looks to be wet on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The weekend looks pretty nice. Highs in the mid 50s. A little warmer than normal here. Our typical high this time of year is right around 48 or 50. We're going to be seeing highs this week of 55. 57, 58 mostly, which is good because I've got an outdoor gig on Saturday playing a Christmas tree lighting. So I'm very much looking forward to it not being bitter cold, because last year we were trying to play in 15 degrees. 45 and sunny, headed to 74 by Wednesday in North Carolina. That sounds amazing. Maybe I need to come out and visit. My schedule will not allow me to do that, but it sounds pretty good. Kat, always a treat to see you, whether it's on Twitter or here on YouTube. I'm kind of enjoying doing these YouTube lives. Seems like the ones later in the day get a lot more people. I see a squirrel running across the street, but he's way out there. You probably won't be able to see him. So we'll be in Indiana for about 5 more weeks. Then we're off to Florida for 10 days. I don't know if I'll do any lives from Florida or not. It might be fun to do one from the beach and let you all see what's going on out there. But really pretty calm weather here right now. Sunny, we've got some rain coming in, pretty typical fall weather in Indiana. I'd love to know what the weather is where you are. Thanks to those who are joining us. Kat is out in North Carolina, and he's headed up to 74 this week, which sounds amazing. That's great, great weather. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. We've already had our first snow of the season. That came this past weekend. We had about this early last week, a week ago today, as a matter of fact. We had about 2.5 inches, and it stuck around till Wednesday. By Wednesday, it was all gone. We were lucky we didn't have any ice. Not a single squirrel has found your feeder. Oh my goodness, we have quite a few. I think you saw one of them Saturday, maybe, Kat, when I was in here doing a live focused on the bird feeder. I'm kind of surprised I'm not getting more action now, because I filled up with black oil sunflower seeds, which is always a draw, it seems like. But I think it's so chilly, everybody is kind of slow moving this morning like I am. For those that just joined, I'm Rick. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, and every Monday morning I'll go live for 15 or 20 minutes, and we just kind of chat about the weather. We see what's at the bird feeder. You know, I'm on a mental health journey. If you follow me on social media at Rick's Rambles on all the platforms, one of the things that I find that is so important to my own mental health is to constantly connect with other people. And sometimes I'm able to do that in real life, and sometimes I do that virtually. And, I think virtual friends are real friends. I appreciate each and every one of you that pops into the lives, whether it's here on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. And I will be the first to admit these weather briefings, these Monday morning weather things, can be a little slow moving when the weather is like this, when there's nothing exciting going on. We're not having a big snowfall. We're not having a lot of storms or anything like that. If we end up getting some storms midweek, like they say it's possible, I may pop up with a impromptu weather live and show you all what's going on. Almost, I'm going to swing the camera around. Almost all the leaves are gone, as you can tell. There are just a few stragglers hanging on here and there. That tree across the street actually has most of its leaves. I think that's an elm tree. We actually leave our leaves down. Our yard is a certified wildlife habitat, and we provide homes and shelter for all kinds of critters. There are a ton of craft fairs and farmers markets in our area. Farmers markets typically run from about April through October, because in November it does start getting quite chilly for outdoor farmers markets. We do have 2 indoor farmers markets in Indianapolis that I'm aware of. There may be more. From about late October through about Christmas, man, there are craft fairs every weekend. All kinds of craft fairs. And I've considered setting up at a few of them with my original paintings and framed and matted photography and so on. I just haven't done that. I have some friends that do that and actually do really well at it. And they tend to do more traditional crafts. One you probably would really like, Kat. They make bird feeders. Make really nice bird feeders. Stained glass bird feeders, which are really beautiful. And stained glass is one of those things that I would love to try at some point. How about you, Kat? I know you're a woodworker and a crafter. I'm assuming there are lots of craft fairs out there in your area, and you probably set up at them. I've seen some of your work on Twitter. I've occasionally seen you post something you've been working on. Kat and I have a lot in common. We are both cat fans, and although we lost our last cat back in November, he was 20 years old, and it just broke my heart. And then in March, we rescued a dog whose name is Gabriel, and he is just awesome. So every pet we have ever had has been a rescue in some way or the other. So currently we have Gabriel, the rescued dog. We have Squirt, the rescued tortoise. We have Speedy, another rescued tortoise. And we have Zip, a rescued aquatic turtle. And in the past, we have rescued snakes, and we have rescued lizards, guinea pigs, mice, rats, mostly small mammals. I have a real thing for reptiles. I love snakes and lizards and turtles. That's often what we rescue. A lot of times folks will buy those pets like that. And hello there. Is it Alexa? I can't quite tell. But hello, thank you for being here. And JJ, I think it is. Thank you for being here. Often people will buy a snake or a turtle or a lizard for their children, or even hermit crabs, but they don't realize the amount of care they take. They've got to be kept at certain temperatures. The humidity has got to be right. They do take a lot of care. Haven't done a lot of business at markets and fairs. Facebook Marketplace has sold several items for me. Well, that's very, I never thought about that, Kat. I have these original paintings and these original framed and matted photographs. I have not even thought about trying to do that on Facebook Marketplace. That's a fantastic idea. And I don't know why. My wife is a heavy user of Facebook Marketplace. For those of you that don't know, we run a food pantry that serves a lot of people. And we get we do food and clothing and children's toys and household goods and lots of things like that. And occasionally we will get some higher end clothing donated. And my wife Holly will sell that on Facebook Marketplace and use it to buy food for the food pantry. And she's done quite well with that. My gosh, Kat, thank you so much for this idea. It's a fantastic idea. Benches, small tables, planters. Yeah, birdhouses are really popular here too. Planters, that's another great idea. We have a few around, but they're mostly store-bought, and my wife uses those to raise herbs. So she'll raise parsley and mint and thyme and oregano and all kinds of stuff. Um, and we do typically do that in planters. Um, Man, I can't believe we have not seen a single thing at the bird feeder. That doesn't mean I won't pop up later on today if there's some activity at the bird feeder and do an impromptu um, bird feeder thing. We have several birdhouses in our yard. We have bluebirds that nest. We have bluebirds that nest in our yard. We have blue jays, of course, sparrows, wrens. Occasionally, we occasionally have some wrens that nest in our yard. So anyway, weather, clouds and coffee weather chat this morning for about, I'll probably stay here about 4 more minutes, make it a 15-minute live, just because the weather is really nice here. There's not a lot to talk about. We're in a really calm weather pattern right now, a little higher than usual in temperature. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to do two things at once, which is never good for me because I am certifiably diagnosed ADD and I get distracted so easily, so unbelievably easily. Cat, do you see a lot of honeybees? Oh my gosh, yes. We have neighbors that actually raise bees, and we are seeing, thankfully, a resurgence of honeybees in the area. They're a little more common than they were, say, five years ago. That's one of the reasons we leave our yard pretty wild. We have a lot of wildflowers, a lot of native flowers. We want to attract the bees. And my water gardens attract so many bees all summer long. They'll come and get a drink from the water gardens. We have 3 water gardens. They're all in containers. We raise water lilies, water hyacinths. We raise water lettuce. I don't know if you're familiar with what water lettuce is, but I actually harvest that and feed the turtles with it, and they love it. So I don't really have to buy any turtle food in the summertime because I'm able to raise it in the water gardens. We've had frogs breed in the water gardens and had tadpoles and hatched, little baby frogs, which is so awesome to see. And the birds also use the water gardens a lot to get water. Clouds and coffee, or coffee and clouds. As a kid, there was not a summer that went by, it seemed like, I didn't get stung by a bee, right? I mean, it just was absolutely constant. It seemed like. So you're right. We are not seeing nearly as many bees as we used to when I was a kid. Another interesting thing, when I was a kid, we never saw deer around here, never. And now we see deer we have had deer in our yard, and we live in a very urban area. So it's cool to see those. And we now have nesting bald eagles in the area. I never saw a bald eagle as a kid, and I see them probably a dozen times a year, if not more. We see a lot of what I would call a lot of bald eagles. Oh, I think I see a squirrel. Oh, a squirrel is making the run for the feeder. I don't know if you can see him. He's at the base of that tree. Oh, he's going up the tree. He's not gonna. See if I can follow him up. Where is he? There he. Oh, he's going way up the tree. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. He's just kind of sitting there. We did have a hawk fly over a little bit ago, so he's probably checking to be sure that everything is okay. And it looks like he must have moved on. All right, well, we've been here 15 minutes, and that's typically, he is well fed. He's a fat cat. We've been here about 15 minutes or so, and since it's not a lot going on weather-wise, I'm going to go on and call this one for today. Thank you for being here. We'll be back Wednesday at 2 o'clock with a bird feeder chat. Hopefully we'll have more action there. And if something breaks, some weather or something, I'll just pop up live. Kat, I should try doing this on Twitter sometime. So anyway, everybody have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm Rick in Indianapolis. I'll catch you next time. I always have a hard time hitting the off button.